Hello there, you are currently watching the video on how to search the @Dokkan Assets Twitter account. If that's what you're in for, then please proceed. But if you were looking for the video on how to search for general Dokkan assets, not just from my Twitter account, but from all across the web, then please click the video in the description, in the card at the top right, or at the end of this video, because that is the place that you need to be. Otherwise, please enjoy the video. Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another Dokkan Battle video, and a video that I am actually very excited to bring you guys because I have been meaning to make an update video on this for a while. And if you watch my 20k celebration info video, you would see that this video was teased. That is the how to search Dokkan assets updated video. Now I'm going to try and make this video a lot more simple, a lot more concise than the original video. It should be a lot easier for you to find various different assets through my account. Now I do know that this way unfortunately isn't 110% foolproof. Someday in the future I would actually like to make a 3.0 version of this video where I give you an even more in-depth look on how to find assets and potentially have a better way to find them rather than through Twitter, maybe having my own website or something of that nature. But that's something for the future and something that I would like to figure out going forward. For now, let's focus on Twitter. So for the Dokkan Assets Twitter account, there are a couple of basic things that I want you to know if you are looking for immediate assets. If you are ever looking for whatever was released in the newest data download, I will always have it in my pinned tweet under the current Dokkan Battle Assets mega thread link. If you click that, it'll take you right to the current data download. This was the most recent data download. Of course, if JP and Global's data downloads were close together, or like in this case, JP had a very small data download and I just included it in this mega thread, it will all be here for you. Obviously, if they are kind of far apart, then it might just be JP or it might just be Global. But lucky for you, I thought ahead for that one. And if you want to see the past data downloads / data downloads, always at the very bottom tweet, you can literally just click on it and it will take you to the last set of data downloads. I do this every single time for all of the new assets that come out into Dokkan. I don't always do the mega thread immediately, excuse me for punching my desk there, but I try and do it as soon as I can. Obviously, sometimes the data download happens at a weird time of night for me where I need to go to bed before I make it, or like in the case of the current global data download that I was showing earlier, right? This was so big that I had to take like 3 sessions to post everything basically, and then obviously it took me a little while to get it up and it wasn't immediate, but I always do my best to obviously get it up as soon as possible and have the brand new assets for you right there. So if you're ever looking at what just came out, that would always be the go-to place to go. And of course, if you know a data download happened, chances are you can just scroll down a little bit in my profile and find, you know, the newest stuff. It's never too far away, right? If there's a data download close by, you know, if I haven't made the mega thread, that's always a way. Now, if you would like to find specific assets, right? If you're looking for a very specific thing, here is the way to do it. It's a very simple command, and a command that I found out has a lot of really cool uses actually. And not only that, they also just implemented a way to do it even simpler on the mobile version of Twitter, where there's literally a search bar that will auto input the command for you. Basically, if you go to the search bar and you type /Dokkan assets and then you put in any word afterward, all of my tweets with that particular word will come up. So let's just put Gogeta for an example, right? He just came to global at the time of this recording. You're going to want to go to latest because top, it's kind of just whatever the algorithm wants you to see. It's not always necessarily even the most liked tweets. Obviously, photos would also be a good way to go because, of course, you know, then you can see photos, but it's still not the newest stuff. For some reason, latest is always the way to go because every single tweet that has that particular word is how you will find it. So any Gogeta assets that you're looking for will be right here. And then as well, if you are looking for any specific type of asset, right, you could just search cards, right? And then obviously everything under cards will be there. Now keep in mind, it is everything, like I said, that isn't 100% foolproof. But then obviously it'll come up with the word in the mega thread, and it will also come up with the original tweet. The other thing that I do want to note, because I know this is something that's a little bit confusing to most people, whenever I put full card assets in the Imgur link, for whatever type of tweet it is, sometimes I don't always do it for the card art, that is where all of the rest of the assets will be contained. And in cases like this, where you're like, oh, well, where's the actual card art, right? Because this is just like the cut-in of the character. If you click on the Imgur link, literally everything that you need will be here, right? All of the pieces of each individual piece of card art, we had a lot of stickers this last day to download, they'll all be right here, right? Like the effect, the character, the background, all of it is right here for you. Everything that would be kind of, you know, entangled in the card arts will be in the Imgur link for you as well. Twitter compresses images, which basically, for those of you who, you know, aren't as, I guess, you know, just knowledgeable on the techno mumbo jumbo, essentially Twitter makes the images less quality, right? Makes it kind of stinky quality, basically just so that it's easier for it to display and it takes less storage on their servers, yada yada yada. So that way, if you want to get the full quality image, it is right there in the Imgur link, because the Imgur website actually allows you to keep the images in their full quality. So they're in as HD as you're going to get them, right? So that is the basics, right? That kind of allows you to search for anything. Now, again, I understand that this isn't necessarily perfect, because of course, you know, if you're looking for specific cards, most of the time I just type in new cards, right? And something along those lines, and don't type in the name of the characters. For some other things, I've been trying to do it almost like tags recently, right? Like for the sprites, with every new sprite list, I'll type in the names of the characters there. So if you type in like sprites and then we type in Goku, right? All of the different tweets that I've typed that have Goku in the list of sprites will pop up there, right? It will also search the word Goku and sprites, so just kind of keep that in mind. But this is a way for you to kind of find, you know, if you're looking for something very specific. Now, if you are looking for a very specific card, I will tell you that one good way to do it is to actually check out the wiki and the name of the card on the wiki, right? So like, for example, we have Destiny Changing Messenger Trunks. If we go ahead and pop that into the actual search here, right, it will come up with the super attacks for him, because I always name the super attacks, active skill, that sort of stuff with the full name of the card. Now, the problem is with this method is that I use the initial translation name, because obviously I'm trying to get the assets out as fast as possible. So it's not always going to be the case that the initial translations, most of the time by the homie Garesh, actually match up with the translations on the Dokkan Wiki being the final ones, right? Like, for example, if we do the Halloween Aider and Android 17 card, right, when we go to search for that one doesn't even come up. But what you can do most of the time is, if you're looking for a particular character, I always try and word it that the way that Dokkan words it, which is also the way that the wiki words it. So if you were to search Trunks Teen, there you go. Everything with Trunks Teen will come up there for you. Now, sometimes, you know, I am just typing it out, and again, because I'm always posting these assets as quickly as possible, it doesn't always come out the same. Like, I believe for this Android 8 card, funny enough, I always typed it out as Android 8, right, instead of Hachan. So another good thing to keep in mind is that if you know that there is a synonym or like another name for a character, right, then it is always good to keep that in mind. So it's like, oh, Hachan didn't come up, so let me try Android 8, and then as you can see here, right, the Android 8 assets will come up for you. So that is the basics. Again, I post all different kinds of stuff, literally everything. This is what the usual pin tweet will look like, with a couple of assets just kind of representing what was there. And then if we click on the actual mega thread, which funny enough was just this tab too, you can see a lot in this mega thread. Is just kind of a good example, right? I post the medals for the different characters, right? The event assets. Obviously, I post the OSTs, their essays with the voice lines, because these are just where you can click on this and then download every single voice file that's in the active skills. And I just make these little videos that basically have the active skills with no music, right? The promo movies are a newer thing. Obviously, the cards, the animated card art for the LR cards, the sprites, all the essays, you know, again, the events, tickets, items, stuff like that, world tournament, story assets, maps. You get the gist. So these are all different terms that you can kind of think of, like, oh, what am I looking for, right? I'm looking for a ticket, right? So then I'll go, oh, ticket, right? And then you can find it that way. Again, I understand that this isn't 100% concrete. I really wish that there was like a more concrete way to do this, but this is just the easiest way and the most common way, and the way that I use the most, frankly. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope this will help more in the future, making it easier for you to find assets. Again, all the time when I'm posting assets, I'm trying to improve the ways that people can search for them by adding these so-called tags, right? Like in the sprites, adding the character's name so you could find it that way. If you have any suggestions, as always, please leave them in the comments section below. And other than that, I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.